Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the first chapter of History French Revolution Part 3. In last part, we discussed about the various causes of French Revolution. Now we will read about the events. These are the events which took place and became the finally cause of revolution. First, session of State General. Here you can see. On 5th May, Louis XVI called a meeting in which first state sent 300 representatives. First and second state both sent 300 representatives, and only the third state sent 600 educated members. Peasant, artisan and women were denied to entry in this assembly. Voting in the State General in the past have been conducted accordingly to the principle that each state had one vote. Members of the third state demanded that voting now be conducted by the assembly as a whole, where each member would have one vote. They wanted each person should have the right to one vote, but there was votes were divided according to states. The king rejected the proposal. Members of the third state walked out of the assembly in protest. Now, formation of National Assembly. On June 1789, Mirabeau and Abbesias representatives assembled in the hall of indoor tennis court and grounds of Versailles. Who were these people? Mirabeau and Abbesias. Mirabeau was born in a noble family, but he was convinced of the need to do away with a society of feudal privilege. And Abbesias, originally a priest, means from first state, wrote an influential pamphlet called What is the Third State? They declared themselves a National Assembly and swore not to disperse till they had drafted a constitution for France, and that would limit the power of monarch, that would control the powers of monarch. Mirabeau brought out a general and delivered powerful speeches to the crowds assembled at Versailles. Now, outbreak of revolution. While the National Assembly busy in Versailles drafting constitution, rest of France was suffering from inflation, and riots were there, and shortage of bread was there. On 14 July 1789, rumors spread that king had commanded troops to move into the city and would soon order to the army to open fire upon the people. Some 7,000 people stormed the fortress prison, the Bastille, where they hoped to find hoarded ammunition. The fortress was demolished and its stone fragments were sold in the markets. Do you remembering the things? We have discussed all these things in first video of introduction. Meanwhile, in the countryside too, there were riots and attack on noble forced to flee the country. This incident marked the beginning of French Revolution, which we have discussed already in our first video of introduction. Now, constitutional monarchy. What is constitutional monarchy means? Still monarchy is there, but constitution will be followed. In 1789, National Assembly completed the draft of constitution. On 4th August, Louis XVI finally accorded recognition to the National Assembly and accepted the constitutional monarchy. If we will say that there was no way before the Louis XVI to accept it, it was right. On the night of 4th August 1789, the Assembly passed a decree abolished the feudal system of obligation, taxes, privileges, tithes, and land confiscated from church. All these facilities were taken from these classes. As a result, government acquired assets worth of at least 2 billion livres. Thanks. Next we will read in next video.